Hi, my amazing artists. In this video, we're going to make some painting magic happen. And the way we're going to do that is using some white crayon and watercolor. But first, we got to get our lines and design on there first with our white crayon. So you're going to grab your bookmark piece of paper and a white crayon. So you're going to have two options. I'm going to show you how either if you want to do one with your name or do one with some patterns. So the first one I'm going to show you is to write your name. So you'll put your paper so that it is horizontal, that means long and wide, and get a white crayon. Now when you're pressing down, you want to press down hard, but not super hard that you're going to break your crayon, but hard enough that the crayon is going to leave a mark on your paper so that when you put the paint on top, it shows. Because we want enough wax to be applied to the paper so it resists that watercolor. That's what's going to make that magic happen. So I'm going to write my letter M, and then my R, and my S, and then H, I, L, T, O, N. Now, if you don't want to do your name, that's fine. You can do one that is patterned, like this one. You can grab, again, your white crayon. I'm going to show you how to do that here. Now you can make any patterns you want. You could do like a straight line or a dashed line, Okay, so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to just use a black crayon here on this one. You're not going to use a black crayon. This is just so you can see what I'm talking about. So a dashed line would be a line that's got a space, a short little line, and a space, like that. Now a zigzag line looks like this. It looks like that cap letter A, but with no line in the middle. So you're just going to make that cap line, letter A, just over and over connecting. You could make a dotted line. A dotted line is a little circle and a space, circle and space, circle, space, circle, space, circle, space. Again, you want to press hard enough that you're going to leave a mark. You could make a wavy line. A wavy line kind of is like a frown, and then a smile, a frown, and a smile, a frown, and a smile, all connected. And you go from one end to the other. So, I'm going to do that here, and then I'm going to start to repeat this over and over. So I'm going to do a straight line I did at the top, and I'm going to do a zigzag, a dotted, and then a wavy. And I'm going to repeat this again until I basically run out of room here at the bottom. Now I know you can't see any of my wonderful pattern yet, but we will see that once we get that watercolor magic happening. So you are maybe going to want to grab a piece of paper to put underneath your workspace, and you're going to grab your watercolor kit. Okay, now to just wake up your watercolors, all you need to do is just dip your brush in your water and put a little bit of a puddle of water right there in to wake it up. You don't need to put a whole lot. And then when you're painting it, you want to make sure your paintbrush is like a ballerina. You're just kind of dipping the toes into the paint and painting her with her standing up on her toes. You don't want her to be scooting around, because then you're going to ruin your paper and you're not going to make your brush stay very pretty. So if you want to paint this bookmark to look like a rainbow, I would suggest starting with yellow, so your yellow is nice and bright. And your wax is going to repel any of that color. So you can see here, as I start to put it on top, you can see it's starting to not let that paint stick right there where I've got my lines. So our next color would be orange. And then if we're continuing with the rainbow, I'm going to do red as my next color. And as you can see, I'm making these colors stick right next to each other. So they touch, so they bleed a little bit to blend. And then my next color is going to be purple. If the color seems too dark, like right there, I just put my brush in my water and it lightens up that color a little bit. Rinse out my brush. My next color is blue. So while you're changing your colors, you want to rinse out that brush to make sure you're not going to get any of those colors contaminated inside of your other color. So you can get blue and your green, and you want to keep them nice. So next color is going to be green. And then we still got some space, so I'm going to start repeating yellow. So I'm going to take my yellow now and put it right next to my green so that it kind of blends and makes that yellow green. And then again my orange. And if I want, I could put a little bit of red at the bottom. And there I have, there's my like rainbow bookmark if you want. You could also paint it all one solid color. It's up to you. You could also paint it like all just one color family. So we've talked about in art class before, warm and cool. If you wanted, you could do like this one I did, all cool colors. You could do all warm colors. Again, like if you want to do that, I would paint little patches of color like this. So you can see I put a little bit of yellow around in my picture, and I rinse my brush out, grab a little bit of orange paint, and I'm going to put some orange right next to that yellow. As you can see, my name is starting to pop out. And put some red. My other spaces. And there you have it. There's my name. It's starting to kind of pop out from underneath my painting. And I hope you guys have fun.